Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion. I call this the crazy explanation of YouTube. I call this Tillamook, and this one is mint chocolate chip ice cream flavored and centered. I just did like a 7-minute video about the Pat primer, and because I was showing something, you're going to want to see that video. It's only like 7 minutes, one of my shortest ones ever. And trying to demonstrate what I was talking about, I pumped out too much of the primer. This is probably like 3 pumps, but we're going to also use, and I meant to do this first before the video because I wanted to do a short one for once, using the last 4 shades in the MAC BYOP that I put together in July. So I'm going to do the 3 pumps of the Pat McGrath primer, and this is spitting out too. So let's just do what I think is 3 pumps because I did like 5, but this is spitting the same as the primer was doing. Y'all, I'm gonna link that video down below because it was just crazy. My brows are done. I just have on skincare, and this is way too much primer. So we're gonna put this on. Y'all, that video, I was just like, wait a minute. Yeah, I noticed something, and I'm like, I have got to record this. I love this foundation because look at this. This is my exact shade, especially this area of my face, and my face does have different undertones. It's golden overall, but my forehead and my chin lean olive, and my cheek area here leans neutral. And I was listening to, who I was watching? I was watching, I didn't do my intro. Alicia Archer. Some foundation shades we wear the same and some we don't. And I know it's an undertone thing. And she was saying how like she thinks her undertone is neutral, or it might be neutral olive. And I kind of think, well, I do know I'm golden overall, but if I had to just pick 2, like not golden and then neutral and olive, like instead of saying all of the 3, but then that's the best description: golden overall with olive and neutral undertones. But she had said neutral olive maybe for herself, and so it was interesting for me to hear that because most people, they don't go into all the different undertones. They'll just be like, I have a warm undertone or a golden undertone, and I'm not sure if it's common. Let me know your thoughts on this. I don't know if it's common, which I think it is though. I just think people don't notice it or don't speak about it. Let me know what your thoughts are on faces having more than one undertone, like different areas. But you saw how when I put it up here, it kind of disappeared. When I put it here, you saw it, but back here, it like completely like blended in, like you couldn't even see it was there. And that's why I like this foundation, is because it is a really good shade for me. It doesn't do much for my under eye area, which has its own undertone because of the discoloration. And then I put on concealer, excuse me. But I really like it. So even though it's lightweight, like look at this. Like this looks like me. Even with the under eye discoloration. I mean, it looks shiny because of the primer. I mean the foundation. But it still looks like me. So what I'm going to do now, I need to edit something out. We're not going to do concealer or the face yet because we don't know what about fallout and what I'm going to have to clean up. But what I'm going to do, when I did the first look with these 2 columns, these 2 rows actually, I used a new primer on this eye. I did not have a bad reaction to that primer, and it turned out that my eyes were burning because of the liner I put on my waterline. And I did notice when I put it on, I did get it like underneath my waterline. And so I just was like haphazard with it, but that's what that was about. Or that liner may be old. It was an issue chocolate eyeliner in gray, but I might use it again today just to see, but I'm not sure. So I'm not going to tell you what either one of these primers are because I haven't showed them in my haul video yet, but I'm curious because I did not have a bad reaction to the one yesterday, and so now I'm really wanting to try the other one. Yeah, and I'll talk about what they are in comparisons in a different video. But we're going to do the same thing. I have out 2 shader brushes that we're going to use to blend the foundation in. The one we used on this side yesterday, we're still going to put on this side, and we're going to put a different one on this side. And the same as we did, we're going to use a lipstick applicator to apply it each one. So I'm pulling out, I'll pull out 4 in case I have to double dip, because I'm not going to double dip, because if I have a bad reaction, I want to feel comfortable saying I did open it, but the wand never touched my skin. So that's why I'm using the sponge tip applicators. So this is a new one. We're going to put the sponge applicator in it. I'm not even going to tell you what it is. And I'm trying to get enough on here so I don't have to double dip, but I did pull out extra lipstick applicators, and they're right here next to me anyway. I'm used to the Fenty where I can see where it is and where it's not, where this one does appear to be clear, the same as the one that I used yesterday, but it does feel like it's everywhere, which is kind of nice. It glides. All right, so we're going to put that there. We're going to close that up. Excuse me. Thank you for being here. Hello, y'all. I am so rude. That other video, I'm just like, yo. And I had this video planned. So this is the other eyeshadow primer. And this one, you can see where it is and where it's not because it's shiny. Is this side shiny? Yeah, a little bit. But this one is really nice. I didn't have any more or any less fallout when I used this one with my regular go-to primer the other day. And so I am excited about it. And as I said, I'll do the review stuff later. So we're going to smooth this primer out. I'm hoping I don't have a bad reaction to this one. Another one from this brand I did have a bad reaction to, and then they came out with a new one, and of course I was curious. So we're going to put that there. We're going to take the clean brush and we're going to smooth this one out. I like how they glide, and I'm so used to the Fenty being tacky that I'm like, oh, this just goes like straight over. And I'm like, wow, like that is really kind of cool here. And I usually do my intro when I do my primer, but I'm kind of just on a roll, as you can see. And so we're going to just jump right in. The bottom line to the Crazy Troll Nation is the crazy, just knowing it's okay to be yourself. Be your authentic self and just own it. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. Try not to feel like you need to use what the popular YouTubers are using or what tools they're using, or if they say you have to use this technique. Try not to feel like you need to do any of that. Do what you want to do, wear what you want to wear, put it on how you want to put it on, and just rock it. That's the troll part, because if you want your makeup to be elevated, you have to use this brand, and you have to use this type of brush, and you have to do this and do that. No, you don't. So they may say we're trolls or our makeup is busted, but listen, we know we are the bomb. So being a troll is a good thing. It's like, I'm owning who I am, I'm wearing what I want to, I'm rocking it, and I know it's all good. That's the basic concept of the Crazy Troll Nation, because here we are standing for, I said that wrong, a little backwards. I was going to say we stand for, but anyway. Yeah, I stammer and stutter, and I leave it in because I do that sometimes. Self-acceptance and self-love. Embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even without face paint on. That's the intro. I do curse sometimes in my videos because I curse sometimes, period. So now that this is settling in, like my under eye discoloration isn't looking that off from when I didn't have on foundation. And I don't mind some of it peeking through because it's there. Like, I don't want to blank out my face, and it goes into just accepting your features and not trying to be something you're not. I mean, I understand if you're on a photo shoot, you have an occasion to go to a wedding, something like that. You might want to blank out everything and then add color back in your face. But for me, I'm like, look, this is it. So we're going to start with this green, and I do have notes here, which I covered up with the primer boxes. I am so smart. So this is New Crop. And when I was looking at this the other day, I'm like, this bright green with the, I don't know. So we're going to put this on first, because I really don't know like what this is going to look like. And so, excuse me. I heard mixed reviews. I'm not going to get into the primers. Okay, let me just calm down. So, what's going on with me today? I'm still sleepy. I did sleep well for the most part, but I very seldom feel well rested. The neurologist told me, because when I was telling him Did y'all hear that? I'm hearing like bumping and banging. And it's too late. I mean, seriously, it's late. It's like 8 o'clock at night. It's too late for them to be up in the crawl space working. Maybe my neighbor's moving their furniture or something. That was kind of loud. I am used to the Fenty primer being a tacky primer. I've heard, let me not get into the primer. So when I had mentioned to the neurologist that I wake up like every 90 minutes or so, and it used to piss me off because I'm like, I'm sleeping good, and then I'm waking up like, damn, I only been asleep for like 90 minutes. I'm still tired. Like, why am I waking up? And so I used to just get really upset. And because I would be upset, it would take me longer to go back to sleep. Because I'm like, why the frick am I awake? Like, what's why? But when I mentioned it to the neurologist, he said the sleep cycle, everybody's sleep cycle, according to studies and research, the sleep cycle is 90 minutes. And he said, everybody, according to studies and sleep studies, everybody wakes up every 90 minutes. He said it was strange, though, that I remember. And he said usually they might wake up, they might just take a sip of water, or they might roll over. So when you're rolling over in your sleep, your brain is alert enough for your body to function. So I'm like, okay, that does make sense. But I didn't know the sleep cycle was 90 minutes. And so I do wake up at the end of every sleep cycle. Sometimes I go right back to sleep. Sometimes I'll just take a sip of water. Sometimes I'll get up and go relieve my bladder. But lately, I have been just going right back to sleep. So I'll wake up and I'll look at the time and I'm like, okay, this is normal. And then I'll just lay there and I will go right back to sleep. We're going to use the tip of the brush to blend this up here, but it's not seeming like it's wanting to blend. Excuse me. And so him telling me that, I don't get upset anymore. So I'm like, okay, this is normal. And I know I'm a little off. If you've been here, y'all know I'm a little off. So I just thought, like, why the hell? And when I would tell people I wake up every 90 minutes, they're like, you're strange. And it's not that it's strange that I wake up. It's strange that I remember. And when he said that to me, because he was typing something or notes or whatever, because he takes notes as we're talking to each other, he actually stopped and went, that's strange that you remember that. And I'm like, yeah, right? And for the neurologist to stop and say that, I'm just like, okay, this must be really strange. Like, if he hasn't heard of this that often, because this is his job, dealing with people's brains and how they function, right? And so I don't get mad anymore. So now I'll just look at the time and just be like, oh, okay, and go back to sleep. But because I do remember, which means my brain is waking up enough for me to remember, I'm very seldom well rested. Once in a blue moon, I wake up and I'm like, wow, this is what it feels like to have enough sleep. Like, this is great. But it's very seldom. And so I usually am sleepy. And maybe that's why I'm so off, because I'm just tired. But that took longer than I thought. I don't know if it's the shadow or if it's this primer. This is an Hourglass number 3 brush, which I use often, so I know for sure it's not the brush. Unless this shadow is just not as deep as it looks in the pan. It is green. My lights are making it look funky, because in person, I got a hiccup. Excuse me, so rude, troll. When I look at it in person, what I see in the pan is what's on my lid. And for me, MAC shadows are true to pan. And that's one reason I like them. And I like the formula. I'm trying to figure out which formula this is, though. And because I'm thinking, like, why is this taking me so long? And I am coating the brush and tapping it off, but nothing's tapping off. I was looking down at my cloth over here. So I'm kind of, I don't know. But I am glad, and this is looking patchy right here. Maybe because I'll swipe instead of pat it. This is interesting because I did put a lot on over here, but these look like 2 different colors. Like, this is even, and again, I did, pack on a lot, but this is looking lighter and it's looking patchy. So I'm like, what? So let me, I'm not, I don't understand what's happening. Yeah, this is strange to me, but we'll see what it's looking like by the time we're done. Because with these other shades in here, like I do have written down what I'm gonna put where, but I'm really not sure if it's going to be a nice look because these colors in this row, it's just like, oh, yeah, I don't know. And I wanted to showcase the green because that's like the prominent thing in that row. This is like a little hook over here. You know what? If I had done that shape on purpose, I would have did it on this side too because I do like the angle shape, but this side is straight that way and not how this was going up. But I did like how that looked though. I have to make a conscious effort to apply eyeshadow to change my eye shape, which is rounded. And I do like the look. I just have to really be like, okay, this is what I'm doing. And then sometimes I'll start to do it and it'll just end up rounded because it's just, I guess, muscle memory or a habit or something. This is looking patchy over here. Like right here is looking patchy. You see how this color is consistent. There's the greenish and then there's a patch and then there's more of the green. So I'm not sure what that's about. And I did blend the primer equally, like evenly, I should say, across my face, and there's like a dark patch over here. I don't my second time using this primer, my first time using this one, but there is a patch like right here, and I'm going to stop packing it on because I'm not understanding what's happening. To me, this side is looking more rich than this side, but by the time we're done, hopefully it'll just look the same. And if not, my eyeshadow never looks the same anyway. So it may just look like how it normally looks. This is interesting. I remember way back in the day, I did use the Urban Decay, like the original primer, and then I had purchased the anti-aging one. I purchased Eden, which was the matte one, and then I purchased Sin, which was the shimmer. And I tried them all. I did experiments, and they did for the most part what they said they was going to do. But because Eden, the matte one, was like it was almost the color of Contemplative State. And so when I used it, it would kind of dull down. It was lighter than this though. It would kind of dull down the color of the shadow. And because I like dark and I like bold, I ended up not using that one in Sin because it made everything a little bit more shiny. I was like, So I just kind of stuck with the regular one. And as far as the anti-aging one, you know, I have eye serums that I can use on my eyelids for that. So I don't necessarily need skincare or desire to have skincare products in my makeup. But anyway, but for each of them did do for me what it said. The matte one did mattify shadows. The shimmer one, Sin, did make shadows look a little more shimmery. And so I can say, excuse me, that they did work. And they held shadow fine. I didn't have a bad reaction to any of them. And then I also experimented with the regular Urban Decay and the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. And it was something else because I wanted to see like which one was really better. I'm seeing like a gap right here. Maybe we'll fix that with eyeliner later. Like this side is just looking patchy. I don't know. And I'm thinking maybe I should have used a different brush for each side since each eye had on a different primer. I want to say we fixed it, but it don't look like it. There's like a patch like right down here. Maybe because that's one of my wrinkles. See that? But excuse me. So yeah, I did that way back in the day. And I don't remember which one I settled on, but once I tried the Fenty primer, it was a wrap. That's all I've been using since then until yesterday and today. And I did try the YC collection primer that came in a subscription box. Y'all, that thing burned my lids. I gave it to a friend who used it and liked it, the one that she had. I think I sent it to her. I don't want to lie to you. I think I did. Don't quote me on that. But so this is what we're looking like. That took way longer than I thought. So now we're going to take Espresso, which is this shade here. I don't know why I'm thinking Espresso was darker than that, but that's what that says. And I have this for outer corner. And because this gold, it's not gold, girl. Because this green is so bright, I'm hoping, ooh, it does. I was going to say, I'm hoping that it does deepen. And it is. And I chose this angled brush so that I can get the point on this line that we created down here. I need to feather that out because that's just like, why, I want to say some stuff, but I'm saving it. And I don't think I'm going to forget this, so I might write notes anyway. This. And for me, MAC is tried and true, so I know it's not the shadow, unless this is something with this one. This is not. I'm gonna put some more. Y'all, let me know. Like, even though I'm laughing, like, part of me thinks this is funny. Part of me is like, what the hell? And part of me thinks it's funny. Let me know when you do your makeup if you have mixed emotions like this. Like, are you just like, this is interesting? Like, what the fuck? Like, what? Let me know if you have these same kind of feelings. Now, that's how it went on kind of nice. So let me know. And it's looking patchy in the crease, like right here in the crease. When I look down, but when I look up, you can't see it because the puff covers it. And even when I just look like this, it's still partially covered. I have to actually close my eyes or raise my brows to see in the crease. Yeah, something's happening. That's why if something slightly creases, I don't mind it because you can't see it. You can't see it. Even if I look down, you can't see it. The puff is still covering the crease. But if something creases a lot, and it's just, you know, I'm looking like this and you can still see it. I'm like, okay, that's too much if it's noticeable without me raising my brows or closing my eyes. You know what? I like this combination and I was concerned. So I'm glad we put the green all over first because usually I do the outer corner color first, the darkest color first. But I was kind of looking at these colors like, I don't know what's going to happen. And most times I don't. So even though y'all may look at my looks and be like, oh yeah, that's nice. Half the time, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Like seriously, I'm just putting stuff on, hoping for the best. Enjoying doing the video, enjoying the look. And that's why when it comes out nice, I'm like, wow, like this is nice. Because I'm really shocked that it is nice. Like seriously. I'm not one of them people that's like, we're going to do this amazing look because I'm like, it might not be amazing. Like, I'm just keeping it real here. Like, I know my skill set. And whatever happens, it might be muscle memory or an accident. This I actually like. And you know what? My video went live today. What is today? It's the Sunday. My video went live today of when I did the experiment with Lethal Cosmetics Untamed Shadow over Shadow Bases, and that was a green look. And I was surprised because the dual chrome flip is gold, light pink, and a light lavender. And when I put it over the bases I did, they showed up gold and green, and I'm like, what? Which made it not go with anything in that palette. And if I would have thought about it, I would have used MAC's Fluid Line and Macro Violet, which is a purple, to bring out the purple. But I really didn't expect that pink, gold, lavender shift shadow to turn green over black base, over brown base, and over Contemplative State, which is like a mid-tone neutral shade. So I was really surprised. Let me keep moving. Natural Wilderness, this shade here. And I do have this in another palette, but I wanted something to put in here that I thought would go with everything in here. And so we're going to put this in our transition area, and normally I don't put stuff in the transition area. So we're just going to tap it at first. This shade for me, I consider it a grungy shade because even though you see the tone of it, and so it's like that grunge type look that I like the messy grunge where it looks like a little muddy, just a little bit dirty, but it goes. You see what I'm saying? And so I'm glad I didn't mind having this again because when I was looking at the shadows to build this palette, I remembered how I like this on me. Excuse me. And I think it does look nice under brow bone. Sometimes I don't even do a brow bone shade. which actually I had said it was transition, but I take my lid shades up to the transition. This is the transition area for my eye shape because of the puffiness, and the puff covers my mobile lid. This is the mobile lid, just from my lash line to the crease, and this is still creased in the crease, so like I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, I did intend to bring this further down into transition area, like right here, but we ended up with it under the brow, and I actually think it looks nice, and I like how it just adds a little bit like right here in the outer corner without changing too much the shadow that's over there. So this is what we got, and she's grungy and she cute. So now we're going to take Golden Olive excuse me, for our lower lash line, because what are we putting under there? Oh no. So we're going to put this under here. Thank you for being here. I know I'm kind of rolling through the video. I'm trying to think of what to put on my face. I might just do, this is still tacky shit, which means I'm gonna have to put powder on it, setting powder, before I put any other products on, meaning like bronzer, blusher, or highlighter. Because I was going to say I can just put the Esom on, because the other look when I did with this palette, I used the Fenty foundation and the Fenty primer. I used 2 pumps of each. It dries down really quick. When I use 3 pumps of each, that's when it takes longer. This has been on, my time is saying 26 minutes, and it's still tacky. So I am going to have to set it. We're also going to put this on our lower waterline on both sides, and then we're going to put it on our upper waterline. But you know what? I had a blackout. Not a blackout. I had a black retractable eyeliner out to put on my inner rims, and I'm wondering if it was like a subconscious thought to not use it because of the brand that it is. Or just me just continuing to roll on with this look and not switch, because usually I do use the same for lower lash line and inner rim. So I'm going to put the black one away. So that's that. Now we're going to take, for our lower lash line, what? Oh, Marsh. This is Marsh. I was thinking of someone I know named Marsha, and we all would tease her. We would be like, Marsha, 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 from the Brady Bunch. But she's a real cool person. I like this look. I really didn't know what this was going to look like, because looking at these shades, it's just like, so I'm really pleased. When that Untamed shade turned green, I was thinking I have greens. Not only in this palette, that one. But I have the Yucca palette, I have Mission Triple X, I have Moulin Bank, which has greens in it. What else do I have greens in? Like, I have greens. And so it's not like I need more, but taking more of Marsh and putting more of that under here. But I do like this. I like this look, y'all. I surprised myself. All right, we're putting all those brushes away. Sorry for the clank. Apologies for the clank. What am I going to do now? I didn't have out. This is too matchy. This is Fortune. Also in that look I did with Untamed, I used Fortune, which is green, and I used Dark Forest, which is green. But on me, they both show up a deep blue. And I'm just like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take, oh, this is going to be bright, Kultura. I initially thought Contemplative State, because it's a subdued version of Kultura. This is like popping, whereas Contemplative State is more neutral. So this kind of blends in nice. And I'm thinking maybe we should do one on one eye and one on the other, so you can see what I'm talking about with this brush that I don't like. Actually, we're going to use melt brushes. Excuse me. So what I am gonna do, I'm gonna take that brush I don't like, that I just put away. Now I can't find it. Here it is, right here. So what we're gonna do, just for you to see, and I think I might have did one eye each before to show you, but this is Contemplative State. Let me move some stuff. This is still tacky. We're gonna take Contemplative State, and we're gonna put that on the inside of my upper lash line. In a way, I prefer this one because it is more neutral looking, but Kultura, it's like pow pow. And so I like that too. So this is Kultura from Melt. I saw for their, I don't know what collection it was, they came out with a red eyeliner, and I love this red from Inglot. When I thought it was gonna make me look sick when I wore it, like I had conjunctivitis or something, but it didn't. And so then I'm like, oh, and Melt, I believe, has an orange one. So I'm thinking like, oh, do I want to get those? But I would need a cell. So this is Contemplative State inside, which is blending in with the green. So it's looking kind of greenish. That's kind of nice. And this is Kultura on the outer half. And we're just going, this is still Kultura on this brush. I like this. Yeah, it's pulling, Contemplative State is pulling greenish over the green, which I like that look. Is this the brush I don't like? Yeah, this is the Waver brush I got from TJ Maxx or Marshalls. I like the shape of it because it's thin and pointy, but it's not a soft brush, and that's why I don't like it. But as you see, like, it gets the job done. This is still a patch. You see in my crease, like, why? I don't know why that did that. This is my first time using this row, and when I did the look the other day, that was my first time using those shades. So I'm on a mission to use stuff that I haven't used before I purchase the newer stuff that I got. And so, yeah, when I first put it on, it does show up like this, but then as it settles in, it's kind of blending with the green. I like it though. That's the surprise, and I like it. So even looking at it here, you see how this is more subdued and this is more whatever color it is. Or maybe I just put on more on this side. We'll see, because I thought, I'm trying to see if my eye is tearing, but I don't think it is. Excuse me. So now we're going to go back to the Melt one. If I'm not mistaken, it is settling in, but maybe I put more on this side. But I'm liking how that looks like that. Okay, let's go in with Kultura. I keep saying Couture. It's like culture. Excuse me if you heard that in my throat. It's culture with an AL on the end. Kultura? Now I don't know. It's spelled excuse me for getting loud. C-U-L-T-U-R-A. Kultura. That's what it says. What was I saying? I don't know how I was pronouncing it. I don't know. I like this. I really like this. And I keep saying that because I really didn't think I was gonna like this look. Because looking at the colors in the pan, I was just like, girl, I don't know about this one. I like that too. And actually, and I'm learning not to talk all the time when I do my liner, because I really like how this side turned out. So we're going to see if we can get this side the same, even though they're very seldom, if ever. Oh, are they the same? What? That's what it's really windy outside. I can hear the creaking up in the attic crawl space, workspace, whatever it is. So it must be really windy out. I live on the 3rd floor. So when it is really windy, or if it's a really heavy, like, rainstorm, y'all, it sounds like the roof is peeling off. And I'm just like, what the hell is happening? So, yes. Okay. So this settled in too, because now this is where Contemplative State is now. That's lighter than it was before. I like that over the green. It's almost like a pale green liner from here to like right here. And I do like the mix with Kultura. So you have like the pale greenish shade that Contemplative State turned, and then you have the bright fieriness. It's not quite fiery. The bright oranginess of Kultura. So I do like that. My first time using 2 different eyeliners for upper lash line in the same look. I mean, I put one on before and then covered it with something else. But this is nice. But just because we're going to use it, this is the Dior mascara. This one is Dior Show. It is shade 228, which is blue. It shows up on me as a black. So that's why I'm using it. And if it does show up blue against the eyeliner or my upper lash line, that'll be fine too. Because we don't always do the matchy-matchy. But for the most part, this does show up black on me. And so I don't feel like, oh, I can't use this with this look because it's blue. Because it doesn't show up blue. I love this, that this is a brush. And because I like this, just in general, regardless of it being blue, because it doesn't show up blue, I was thinking I would use this more often. Because I was thinking to purchase another Dior Show. Because I like the Dior Show mascara. And there's another Dior mascara I like. But I wouldn't purchase the black one right now as long as I have this one. Because this one shows up black. Maybe if I had on an ethereal look, it would show up blue. But does that look blue to you? It doesn't look blue to me. But then sometimes I see color different. But anyway, I am really liking this look. I want to do stuff to the face. I at least want to powder down. It's still tacky. We're going to, jeez. We're going to take, excuse me, I'm going to edit this out. We're going to take the Fashion Fair Set It Loose powder. The shade is Truly Tawny, which is translucent on me. And we're going to do the Esom thing, which we've been doing. And I may just leave that like that. And the reason I'm only going to set the face is because I'm not liking the luminosity under my eyes. Because I think it's clashing because the rest of my face don't look shiny like that. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to come back and do a lip. And I think I don't know what lip I'm going to do. We'll be back and figure that out. We did the Fashion Fair. We did the Hourglass. This eye is tearing. You see this? And I don't know why. So I'm just going to dab that away. We're also going to take Radiant Light from Hourglass. And so you see how the powder dimmed down the shine under my eyes. This is Radiant Light. It's going to give it just a little bit of sheen to camouflage some of the under eye discoloration. And we're just going to go ahead and take this and put this all over. This is a finishing powder. And I do like that it goes under my eyes. The key for me with this is if I am going outside, don't put on too much. Because you can't really see it. Like you saw how it blurred under here. And put some radiance under there. And for the rest of my face, it looks fine, right? You know, I loaded this up one day because I didn't see it. It just kind of just blends everything in together quite nicely. And I went outside. Yo, I look like one of the Cullens. I look like I had like fairy dust all over my face. And I'm just like, Radiant Light ain't no joke. So I have to remember not to put on a lot. So this is it for the face. I'm still trying to figure out a lip. I did not put on concealer because I was okay with how my under eye was looking. And the redness around my nose is very minimal today. So, do I dare just pick first and not look? Oh, Dark Forest that I was saying looks green. I mean, looks blue on me. I'm going to show you what I mean. This is, and it looks, I think it's just my skin tone. I've seen this on other people and it does look green. So it is, and it's described as a forest green. So, but to me it looks blue. But we're going to put this on. Is this green to you? And granted, my lips are light too. And even though my lips are like multiple colors. Because you see my lip line is a little darker. And then it gets lighter pink as you go toward the inside. You can see it down here really well. And so I think I'm going to mess up if I keep trying to talk while I'm putting on a lippy. When I think, but well, I do think it's just the natural color of my lip that makes this not look green. Because this right here to me now looks green. Sometimes when I put it on my hand, it does look blue, like it does on my lip. But does this look, let me not hold that in case it spills. This to me looks like two different colors. This right here does look green, this right here does look blue. But then this angle, it kind of looks the same. Let me know if this looks green to you. To me it doesn't. On other people I've seen it on. Excuse me if you heard that, my throat It does look green, but for me, like, it doesn't look green to me. But let me know to you if this looks green. I love this shade though. I really do. And so it's always like, if I do a green eye look, and because I don't like the matchy, but I do always like a dark lip, my lips are so not symmetrical. This side is round and this side is like skirt. So it's like, just like this. And we're going to leave it that way because that's my lip shape. So that's going to be it for this video. So, oh shit. I just touched my hand. And once it dries though, it dries, but it's a cream, what is it called? Sephora Collection Cream Lip Stain Liquid Lipstick. And so once it dries, but it's never uncomfortable because it is a cream and it will stain your lips. Like if I wait 20 minutes, not even that. If I wait 10 minutes and go to wipe this off, some of it will wipe off, but then some of my lips will be, let me try that again. And like this is not coming off right here. See, that looks green to me. This does not. If I go to wipe it off, some of it will wipe off and then some of it won't, and it'll leave my lips stained because it is a cream lip stain liquid lipstick. But it is long lasting. Like once it fully dries down, it's not going to go anywhere. You use something greasy, you know, it may transfer a little bit, but as far as how it looks on your lips, it's going to stay like this. And that's why I like it. 30% off Sephora sales. This comes down to like $10 and some change. I highly recommend them. I have multiple colors. That's going to be it for this look. Let me know what you think. I am like super excited how, did I just spit? Excuse me. I am super excited how this look came out because I really didn't know. Because I'm like, okay, this is a bright green. And what I'm seeing in pan is what I'm seeing on my lid, even though it's looking brighter here than it is here for you. But I was like, what is this going to look like? So that's why we did lower lash line. I think it showed up quite nicely. This we did for our brow bone, which that's a good brow bone shade for me when I want like a grungy-ish type look. And this is outer corner, which showed up nice too. And I was concerned because this looks so much, well, it's such a different tone than this one. It's such a different undertone than this one. But I am digging this look. So thank you for being here. Let me know your thoughts on that. I forget what else I asked you. But do let me know if this looks green to you. And I'll play it back and be like, yeah, it looks green. But what I'm seeing right now, like this never looks green to me, which is interesting. Thank you for being here. Let me know your thoughts on that. Stay tuned for my declutter and haul video, and I'll be reviewing these two eye primers and letting you know my thoughts. I'm just concerned, like, why is this side patchy? Like this whole area, the whole crease area is patchy, and like right here is patchy. Like, why? That is strange. That's strange, but yeah, so stay tuned for that because I do think it'll be interesting because I've been using a Fenty primer for ages, for like years. And so to even try something new that's not burning my lids, I'm like, this might be some competition here. So we'll see. So I'm going to go. Thank you for being here. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you. Lots of information down below. Comments always welcome. Thumbs up if you liked the video. Thumbs down if you didn't. Subscribe if you're not. Join if you're interested in that to further support the channel. And you will see me in the next video. Thanks.